Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to discuss the most important theory, crystal field theory. Already in my previous session, I clearly explained there are different type of theories are available to explain the formation of coordination compounds, such as VBT, valency bond theory, already completed valency bond theory, formation of octahedral and tetrahedral square planar. And the second one is crystal field theory. This is one the crystal field theory, and third one is ligand field theory, and fourth one is the molecular orbital theory. According to CBSE point of view, in chemistry 12th, only two theories are present here. Number one, valency bond theory and crystal field theory. So remaining theory is not there. That is a ligand field theory and molecular orbital theory is belongs to the category of JE level, not in NEET level. So in the NEET level point of view, only two theories are present here in the CBSE textbook to explain the formation of coordination complexes. Already in my previous session, I successfully completed VBT theory. Now we are going to discuss crystal field theory. My dear students, the crystal field theory completely quite opposite of VBT theory. Already in my last class, I clearly explained the limitations of VBT. So, the VBT theory clearly explained the geometry of coordination compound and also magnetic property. But the magnetic property of the coordination compound does not explain quantitatively. That is a basic major drawback in the VBT. But in this VBT theory, actually in that VBT theory, whenever ligands approaching to the central metal atom, the orbital are intermixing and involved in the hybridization to form new hybrid orbital. After that the ligands have donated the electron pair to the central metal atom, then complex is formed. This is the basic rules and regulations of the VBT theory. But here in the crystal field theory completely differ. Crystal field theory completely differ of the VBT theory. So now see here carefully, crystal field theory. What kind of the postulations are present in the crystal field theory? Now we are going to discuss. See here, crystal field theory simply is represented CFT. So the crystal field theory was originally proposed by Bethe. So scientist name is Bethe. So once again, the crystal field theory was originally proposed by the Bethe in 1929 to explain the nature of the bonding in ionic crystal. That is the most important, Nana. So in CFT theory, in crystal field theory, explain the nature of the bonding in ionic crystals. It means, according to this theory, whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, in between of the central metal atom and ligands electrons, in between of the central metal atom electrons or ligand electrons, electrostatic force is formed. This electrostatic force is a ionic bond is formed. So whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, central metal atom already has electron and ligand also already has electron. The electron to electron more rumba repulsion forces are there. So through these repulsion forces, electrostatic forces are formed. So through the electrostatic force, the bond formation in between of the ligands to central metal atom. This is the concept in the CFT. Once again, my dear student, see here, the CFT was originally proposed by Bethe in 1929 to explain the nature of the bonding in ionic crystals. Later on, the theory was applied by Scalpe and Penny. Scalp and Penny. So, three scientists. First, crystal field 3D was proposed by Bethe. Later is modified another two scientists, Scalp and Penny, in 1932. And also Van Vleck. Van Vleck is also did lot of experiments on the CFT. So ultimately, three scientists are there in the CFT theory. Initially proposed scientist is Bethe. Aprama, that's applied. This theory was applied in the coordination compound Scalp and Penny, and also implemented this theory Van Vleck. So to account for these magnetic properties of transitional metal ion, their complexes. So this is the introduction part of the CFT. Now the silent futures of crystal field theory. What kind of information are present in the crystal field theory? How the complex are formed in between of the central metal atom and the ligand. So now we are going to discuss based on the crystal field theory. See first one. See now carefully. The crystal field theory assumes that in transaction between, that is the most important, interaction or transaction. So see, the CFT assumes that the interactions between the metal ion and ligands, the metal ions and ligands is purely electrostatic, of ionic bond. When ligand approaches central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbital, where is located this 5 degenerated d orbital? Present in the central metal atom. See carefully, when the ligand approaches to central metal atom or ion, 5 degenerated d orbitals, d orbital having similar energies, so of the central metal atom become differential. So now listen, my dear students, according to the CFT theory, ligands are approaching to the central metal atom. Ligands are approaching to the central metal atom. From the d block elements of the central metal atom, electrons and ligands electrons, electrostatic force is formed. This electrostatic force created one ionic bond in between of the central metal atom and ligands. Here, my dear students, that ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. Ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. Actually, the central metal atom of the d orbital has same energy. That is nothing but degeneracy of orbital. Degeneracy of orbital means 5 orbitals are present here. 5 orbitals are present here. So that 5 orbitals has same energy, similar energy. Ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. So whenever ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom, the central metal atom of the 5d orbital are similar energy. That ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, the d orbital electrons of the central metal atom, hence ligands electrons in between of the ligand electrons and central metal atom electron, more repulsion forces are there. Hence these more repulsion forces creating degeneracy, loss of degeneracy. What is the meaning of degeneracy right now? D orbital has similar energy. Whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, the central metal atom of the electron or ligand electron, more repulsion forces are there, but ultimately from the central metal atom d orbital, the degeneracy is losses. Degeneracy losses means the similar energy is changed. Hence, the d orbital splits into two levels. One is the T2g level, one more is the Eg level. This concept I will explain in my next class very clearly along with pictures. So here listen very carefully, my dear students. Actually, central metal atom contains the d orbital. Its 5d orbital is always similar energy, that is called degenerated orbital. Degenerated orbital are nothing but same energy of the orbital. Ipo ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. The central metal atom of the d orbital has always same energy level in out of 5 orbital of the d. Aprama ligands are approaching to the central metal atom. In between of the central metal atom d orbital electron and ligand electron, more repulsion forces are there. Ipo more repulsion forces irikana from the d orbital ready to splits the orbital into Eg level and T2g level. So T2g level is nothing but triple E generated and Eg level means electron generated. Appo degeneracy is decreases. Energy of the d orbital is decreases. Eponana whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, then the degeneracy of the central metal atom is decreases. That is the most important point right now. See once again, see in this statement. The CFT assumes that the interactions between the metal ion and ligand is purely electrostatic ion. When ligand approaches to central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbital, already here mentioned clearly, d orbital having similar energy. Epo ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. So the 5 degenerated d orbital of the central metal atom become differential. So that's why they get split up to up into level of the different energy under the influence of the electrostatic fields of the ligands. This remove the degeneracy of the d orbital and they get separated into two groups called T2g level. It's nothing but out of 5 orbital dxy, dyz and dzx. dxy, dyz and dzx, and Eg level dx square and y minus y square dz square points group. So this splitting actually depends on the geometry of the complexes. The energy separation between these two groups of splitting d orbital is usually referred to as a 10 delta q or delta. Listen my dear students. Ipo ligands are approaching to the central metal atom. Already in the central metal atom 5 d orbital has same energy level. Whenever ligands approaching to the central metal atom of the electrons or ligands electrons romba more repulsion forces are there. If the more repulsion forces from the central metal atom, the 5 d orbital splits into two level. Number one is the T2g level, that is nothing but dxy, dyz, dzx. So the splitting of the pictures I will explain in my next session. Now here theoretical point and picture along with picture in my next class I will clearly explain. So whenever ligands approaching to the central metal atom, from the central metal atom of the d orbital splitting into the 2 points of the groups. Number one is the T2g level, number two is the Eg level. The splitting actually depends on the geometry. Splitting only to decide the geometry of the complexes. The splitting if 3 orbital one side, 2 orbital one more side irikana, in between of the Eg level and T2g level energy splitting, in between of the Eg level and T2g level energy splitting, that splitting of energy is calculated by the delta. Here what is the meaning of the delta nana? Crystal field stabilization energy. It's nothing but 3 orbital, T2g level orbital, Eg level orbital, in between of the energy differentiation is called generally 10 delta q or ultimately delta. It's nothing but crystal field stabilization energy. Crystal field CFSE, crystal field stabilization energy. So ultimately here one important point nana, actually ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. The central metal atom of the d orbital, 5d orbital, has same energy level. Whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, from the central metal atom of the d orbital electron and ligand of the electron, romba repulsion forces. These repulsion forces creating electrostatic forces. These electrostatic forces immediately to splits into the d orbital from the central metal atom into two groups. Number 1 T2z level, number 2 EZ level. Understood Aichuma? Okay, good. Now see here. This can be estimated from the spectroscopic data. That is most important, Nana. Whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom and electrostatic force is formed and d orbital splits into two level, one is the EG level, one is the T2z level. So how much splitting is possible in between of the 5d orbital? The splitting data is calculated by the spectroscopic data. Okay, Nana? Now the second point. See carefully the second point. The interactions among the ligands and central metal atom are perfect ionic in the nature. Whenever ligands approaching to the central metal atom, hence electrostatic force is formed, hence ionic bond is formed in between of the central metal atom and ligand. According to VBT theory suggested whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atoms are provided to the vacant d orbital. If the central metal atom is not provided sufficient vacant d orbital, they are involved in the hybridization. After hybridization, the intermixing of the orbital. But here intermixing kadiyadu. So hybridization is not there in the CFT according to CFT theory. So that's why, my dear students, the interactions among the ligands and central metal atoms are perfect ionic in the nature. Next, third point. The central metal cation is surrounded by the ligands. Central metal cation is surrounded by the ligands which contains one or lone pair of electron. What happened Nana here? Ipo ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, that all ligands are surrounded to the central metal atom. Here central metal atom showing to the cation position and ligands are showing to the anion position. Okay ma? And see, fourth point is the ionic ligands such as F minus, Cl minus and Cn minus etc. are regarded as a negative point charge. That is the most important. Whenever ligands approaching to the central metal atom, the ligands is always show to the point charge, negative point charge. It means always ligands are negative point charge. So see again, the ionic ligands F minus, Cl minus, Cn minus etc. are regarded as negative point charges, also called point charges. And the neutral ligands such as water or ammonia are regarded as point dipole charges or simply dipoles. So the ligands are negative charge irkana, that is called point charge or negative point charge. And the ligands are neutral irkana, water or ammonia are regarded as a point dipoles or simply dipoles. So the negative end of this ligand dipole is oriented towards the central metal cation. So the negativity of the ligands attracted towards the central metal atom because of the central metal atom showing the positive cationic nature. That's why whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, it's bonding formed in between of the ligands and central metal atom. Next, see Nana, fifth point. According to the CFT, since bonding between the metal and ligand is not covalent, then it is a purely Coulombic attraction. Already I clearly said. So electrostatic forces. So it's not a covalent nature in between of the ligands or central metal atom. It is a Coulombic attraction. Coulombic attraction. There is no intermixing of atomic orbital. There is no intermixing. Most important key point in CFT. There is no intermixing of atomic orbital or no insertion of electron in atomic orbital. So my dear student, there are two important key points are present in the CFT. See, whenever ligand approaching to the central metal atom, Coulombic attractions is present in between of the ligand to central metal atom, hence to form electrostatic force. This electrostatic force are created ionic bond because of the ligands are negative point charge and metals are positive. So in between of the positive charge or negative charge, electrostatic forces are formed. This electrostatic force are referred as a ionic bond. Referred as a ionic bond. And see then a sixth point. The approaches of ligand around the central metal atom causes the repulsions between electron pair of the d orbital of metal and lone pair of the ligands, which leads to splitting when degeneracy of the d orbital is broken. Already said Nana. Actually, without approaching of the ligand to the central metal atom, the central metal atom of the d orbital has same energy level. That is called degeneracy. But whenever ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, the degeneracy of the d orbital is broken. So of d orbital, this is known as the crystal field splitting. This is known as the crystal field splitting. These are the basic rules and regulations of the crystal field theory. Once again, my dear students, in this crystal field theory, actually central metal atom, ligands are not approaching to the central metal atom. Central metal atom d5 d orbital has same energy level. Same energy level. This is represented as a degeneracy of the d orbital. Okay. When the ligands are approaching to the central metal atom, from the ligands lone pair of electron and from the central metal atom electron Romba repulsion forces are there. If this Romba repulsion forces, the d orbital from the central metal atom splitting into two groups. Number one EG group, number two T2G group. Okay, if the EG group T2G group irkana, the energy difference is split H. So that energy difference is calculated with the help of the delta. So delta is nothing but here energy differentiations between the EG level to T2G level. So after that what happened? For ligands approaching to the central metal atom, they are arranged, their attractions between Coulombic attraction, hence to form one particular structure that is called either octahedral manner or tetrahedral manner or square planar. It's clear. Mostly CFT can explain the geometry of the octahedral manner and the geometry of the tetrahedral manner. This is the basic important point of. After that, the stability of the complexes can quantitatively is be known as the magnitude of the crystal field stabilization energy, CFEC. Ipo the d orbital splits after approaching to the ligands to the central metal atom, the entire 5 d orbitals are splitting into two levels, EG level and T2G level. In between of the EG level, T2G level, how much energy is splitting, how much energy is differentiation, that energy is calculated by CFSC. It's nothing but crystal field stabilization energy. Crystal field stabilization energy. The magnitude of CFC depends upon the nature and number of the ligands and also upon the geometry of the complexes and also upon geometry of the complexes. This is the silent future of crystal field theory. In my next class, my dear students, we are going to discuss how the d orbital splitting into EG level and T2G level whenever approaching to the ligands. Whenever approaching to the ligands, I clearly explain along with the pictures.